Good afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon, David. How are you?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you? My name is DavidPatterson. I am with Kaplan University. I'm doing a project called Gay, Homeless, and HIV Positive Youth from my CM220 class.
Okay.
I chose this topic is because what we already talked about in the Brotherhood of New York, and I chose to interview you because you're the executive director of the Brotherhood of New York, and two, I admire you for what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
This is something that is needed, is wanted. Everybody needs to hear and understand what's going on with our youth of New York, our homeless youth of New York.
Okay.
Can you explain to us what the Brotherhood of New York is?
Sure. The Brotherhood of New York is a not-for-profit organization. It's a 503 not-for-profit organization, meaning we're tax exempt. And what we're trying to do is to help gay homeless youths that have been thrown out of their homes simply because they're gay. Their parents or their family kick them out of their homes. So what we're trying to do on our end as an organization is to educate ourselves as gay and bisexual professional men to, once we become more so comfortable with ourselves, then we can go out and help these gay homeless youths and try to get them off the streets.
So a question for you.
Yes.
Okay. First question is the Brotherhood of New York only for gay men of minority races?
We do not discriminate. That's a very good question, a very tricky question. We don't discriminate, but we cater specifically to minority youths, Latinos as well as African American, Caribbean youths, simply because that population is what I know more about, so to speak. But if there are other races, Pacific Islanders, Caucasians, that do want to come to our center once we get the center up and running, that won't be a problem either. But right now we specifically cater to minority youth from where or whatever background.
Okay, so do the Brotherhood support all gay, homeless, and HIV positive youths that need assistance? Yes,
there will be no one that will be turned away. And as I said, it's specifically for minority youth, but that's because that's where the problem lies. But if we have other races that come in that need our assistance, there will be no one that's turned away at all.
Now, this next question is kind of a tough one because a lot of us think about this question a lot. So, okay. If a young man came up to you and you was talking to him, he asked you, why am I gay?
I have asked myself that question a gazillion times, and I'm thinking everybody that's gay asks themselves this question. There really is no answer to that one. What I would ask that person or that youth is, what exactly is the problem with you being gay? What makes you so different? Is it, do you not eat the same way? Do you not do the same activities as everybody else? So what exactly would make you feel uncomfortable about being gay except the culture that you're living in? Because if it's not the culture, then I don't think you would have a problem with it.
I don't see a problem with that either.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all created equal.
Right.
We're all human. We're all the same. We breathe the same. We eat the same. We do everything the same.
Right. So what makes that person different?
Have a different sexuality.
Yes.
It's like races. They're all different.
And the problem with that is that even if you beat yourself up, honestly speaking, you cannot do anything about it. You cannot make yourself. You can't change who you are. That it's something that is inside of you, whether the actions that you do would make you who you are. But being gay, having the feeling of being gay, will never ever go away.
How do you think about educating the LGBT parents through the school system about being about loving a gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender child?
I think it actually should be done. It should be done, especially due to the fact that now we have marriage in most states between same-sex couples as being legal. It has to be taught that you can't throw your kids out simply because of something that you feel uncomfortable with.
Right.
It's something that you need to be educated about. You need to understand. If you understand it, then maybe you will see that if you put your kids outside, you're putting your kids more so in danger than anything else.
Right.
So yes, I think education should be taught not just amongst us, but to the straight and heterosexual families as well, so they can understand what their kids are going through.
Do you think homosexuality should be made part of the human sexuality courses in school?
It depends on what level of school that you're talking about. At the level of being high school, let's say from 7th grade to 12th grade, I think it should be per the parent. If the parents are okay with their kids learning about sexuality in school, I don't see where there's a problem with it. But the parent would have to make that decision. It would have to be. It's not something that I could say should be taught to every child in school, because not every parent will be comfortable with their kids learning about sexuality.
How can we find ways to intervene with the child, with the LGBT child, and their parents when they're having conflicts with each other? Or how can we help this child be able to come out to their family?
Well, one of the things is that child has to want to come out to their family. If they don't want to come out, we can't really do anything. Secondly, if there's problems at home, the child would have to let us know. That would have to be one of the kids that would be coming to the center, where we see there's a problem and they're sitting down and they're explaining to us that they're having problems at home. Otherwise, we would not intervene because we wouldn't know. Now, once we intervene, we're going to try to find out exactly what's going on if the child is in any kind of danger. And if the child is in danger, then we will have to probably alert the authorities about what's going on, or try to get that child whatever help they need in order for them to get out of that situation.
Besides authorities, what other services would we be able to contact?
What other services in terms of what? It depends on
because sometimes, okay, say like if the authorities don't do anything. They
Right.
say they do it, they go over there and they see, and they, to them there's nothing wrong. But in our eyes, we see.
Because we're not, we can't, we're mandated by law, we really wouldn't be able to do anything there. Unfortunately, if the law in itself goes over and they are stating that there is nothing wrong with the home, unless that child comes out and specifically says they're being abused, either physically, psychologically, emotionally, we really don't have any legal recourse to do anything. We cannot do anything.
How can we reach the youth and help them with overcoming challenges of communicating with their families?
That's one of the things that we ourselves are having problems even communicating amongst ourselves as bisexual and gay males, as you can tell from the brotherhood meetings that we have. It's not the easiest thing for us to communicate with each other. So I can take what happened within our group and say that because I know it worked. Case in point, when you came in and a few others that came in, it was more like, maybe not you in particular, but they were very quiet guys that were very it was just about them. And they didn't communicate well. They didn't know how to interact socially with other people. Draw it out for 6 months, and these guys that were more so introverted are now talking. They're talking amongst each other, they're making friends, they're going out, they're socializing with other people, and they're more so open. It's the same concept that I would bring when we open the center and we're having these gay youths that come in, or bisexual youths that come in, or youths that come in that just don't know about their sexuality. They're just not comfortable with their sexuality. We would definitely talk to them. We're not going to force them. We have to get their confidence. Once we get their confidence, then we can figure out how best we can help them. And then we can take it from there.
What are some of the ways we can reach these LGBT youths and let them know that there are people out there who cares about them, that they're wanted, they're needed, they're loved,
One is in the school. In the schools, we probably would have to definitely go to the schools and probably do presentations within the school, depending on, once we get permission from probably the Department of Education, as well as permission from parents through the school. That is one way that I'm thinking, but that's like, you know, a bigger thing that I'm thinking about. But more so specifically, we have to go to where they're hanging out. I know for sure where they're hanging out. Some of the places are in the village, in Brooklyn, they hang out in Williamsburg, Prospect Park. The parks is one of the places that they love to hang out at. The churches is a good place also to reach some of these young youths that pretty much would not be going to certain places as well, and having forums within the church to help these youths and let them know that we are here. Because the church can be, it's a place that you worship God, but it's also a place that you can literally hate yourself.
Yeah.
You can honestly hate yourself.
And some of them can actually make you hate yourself even worse.
Even worse.
Even if they find out that you're gay or
yes. So that's one of the things that you would definitely have to do, going to the church and let these people know, you know, you're not alone. There is an organization out here that if you do need help, you can come to us. The church is there for you. You should be devoted to your church, but at the same time, if you're not getting the assistance that you should be getting, then come see us as well.
Right. What can we do to reach out to the parents?
The parent, it depends. Once the youths again come in, we will have to contact the parents anyway.
Right.
And we have to talk to them. We have to find out what's going on. Caribbean parents, I know for sure, they are very culturally based. Right. And so you have to try to help them to see that if they are having problems with the kid, maybe you have to, if it's on their end, they have to figure out what's going on. Why is it that they're so hostile towards their own child? Or if it's on the child's end, disrespectful, not coming home late at night, right. You know, all that that bad stuff that's going on, then they will have to talk to us. Then we have to have some kind of interaction where either we have a one-on-one with the child first, then the parent, and then we might have to have intervention between the child and the parent to figure out exactly what's going on in the home.
Besides our organization, the Brotherhood of New York, can you name some other organizations out there that offer counseling for both parent and the GLBT youths?
I don't know that many, and that's the problem. For minority youths, there really is none, as I know of right now in New York City. However, there are organizations out there that help LGBT youths, which is Hedrick Martin. Okay. They have the high school for gay youths. They also do after-school activities for gay youths. Okay. Then you have Ali Forney that has outreach centers and a chill spot for gay youths as well. But remember, we're talking about minorities, specifically minority youths, African-American youths that don't feel comfortable with the bigger society. They're not even comfortable with themselves. How they're going to be comfortable with a whole group of people that are not even their own minority status, and you're just going to throw them out there. And you have to also remember they're minorities. There's still discrimination out there. So are they going to be getting the same services as the other youths? Are they going to be getting the same attention simply because they might not be of a certain race? Right. That's things that you have to put into focus. So those are some of the things that we do.
The Covenant House is also like that.
Yes, the Covenant House too, but those are huge organizations.
Right.
What we're trying to do is start out small. Because you can get lost in the system, so to speak. Again, the Covenant House is not just minority based. Covenant House is for everybody. Our organization, again, I'm sorry I could be pulling it back to this, but it's minority based. Okay, it's not going to be turning people away, but I have to let it be known that we are minority based. We're not going to be setting up shop in Chelsea. Right. We're not going to be setting up shop on 42nd Street. We're going to be setting up shop in maybe the South Bronx. Right. Once we get bigger, Bed-Stuy, right. and not even Harlem, because Harlem is so set and gentrified right now. I don't even know if Harlem is the right place, but yes, maybe one of the places that we would think about is in Harlem. But it's more so in specific minority neighborhoods that would need these type of services.
The Hedrick Martin and Ali Forney, can give me the website?
Yes. Well, I don't have their website, but if you Google it, if you put in Alley Corning Center or Hedrick Martin High School, once you Google it, they come up instantly. So you wouldn't have a problem in getting that information.
Okay. Can you think of anything else that you would say to a parent right now?
Overall, I would want to talk to, like, if a parent is having a problem with their child. One of the things, I have a lady right now that I am counseling. Her son is 15 years old. He has rebelled in every way. First of all, she's West Indian. She's from the Caribbean, and she just found out that he is gay. He hasn't told her, and so what he's doing right now is he's exhibiting certain signs to let her know. For example, the clothes he wears, the way he speaks, the type of friends that he has, the literature that he brings home, the websites that he goes on, is giving her idea that he is gay. He goes on and he leaves them up. It's not like he's trying to close them down. It's like he's leaving signs for her to see it.
So he wants to tell her, but he's afraid to tell her.
Right. Exactly.
So he's giving her clues.
Right. And he's now, because he's feeling like he's not loved. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I can't say why he's doing that. People do things differently. But he's leaving her these signs, and he's also not coming home later. He's coming home either late or night or not coming home at all. So he'll leave like Friday, and according to her, she's crying to me like he won't come back home until like Saturday night. Or he leaves Saturday during the day, and she won't see him until Monday morning. And she doesn't know where he goes, because when she's asking him these questions, he slams doors, none of your business. She's a single parent. She's hardly ever home because she has to work to take care of her home.
This is another part of the reason why a lot of these kids are on the streets, because they're not helping their parents as well.
Right.
Because I used to think it's always the parents' fault, and I know it's not the parents' fault, because just like what you just told me, it takes two. And both have to communicate with each other. It can't just be one communicating with the other.
Right.
And if the child doesn't come up front and say, Mom, Dad, so-and-so, this is what's wrong with me, I need help.
Right.
How are they supposed to know? So they're going to do this. Right. They're going to retaliate in a way that they don't want to, but don't have a choice.
And you just asked me that question, how can we talk to the parent? It's not the parent that we are talking to initially, it's the child.
It's the child, right.
And we're not going to, talk to the parent until we know that there's an issue that we need to talk to the parent about. Because if most times when you talk to the child, you can either figure out if the child is at fault. If the child is not going home, it's not the parent's fault.
It's the child's fault.
If the child has an issue and they are scared to go to the parent and talk to the parent about it, it's not the parent's fault. The parent should know what's going on with their child, but you are also a teenager at this point. You should be able to express yourself, and if it's a fear that you have and you're exhibiting other signs that's causing you not to want to go to your parents, then that's when we would try to talk to you and try to figure out exactly how best we can help you. But we're not here to out people or tell people to come out of the closet or do anything. We're just here to help you to figure out exactly what you want to do. If you want to stay where you're at, then that's fine as well.
Any final thoughts? Any final words?
We're here to help. We're here to help teenage youths, minority youths. We're here to help gay homeless youths. Not only gay homeless youths, we're here to help youths that will want to tell their parents. We're here to help you if you need HIV testing, if you need counseling, if you have some kind of venereal disease that you don't know where to go and you need referral services. Dealing with your family members, talking about your sexuality, feeling comfortable with yourself. We will be here for you. So it's not just you by yourself and you not knowing where to go. If you need help, contact the Brotherhood of New York. The website is www.tbhny.org, and just leave a message for any one of us. I think there's a an area on there where you can leave a message, and one of us will definitely get back to you. Okay.
Thank you once again, Mark.
Okay.
I'm glad we were able to do this, and I hope this gets across to a lot of our youth and help them get them off the streets and help their parents understand what it is to be, well, I can't even say be a LGBT person, you, but just to understand that child a little bit more.
Yes, I agree.
Thanks again.
Sure.